Du Bois, or Du Bois as people call him, who believed in direct political action and using the government to push for civil rights. These two gentlemen kind of represents the two paths within the black diaspora. Self-reliance versus activism. I think you need both. And that debate is still being had today in a lot of black circles, especially amongst quote unquote black conservatism. And I believe that self-reliance, the self-reliance crowd today is hell-bent on assuming or assimilating into white conservatism and is seeking validation through white conservatism because because on its face, it just by the words and what they're focusing on, it aligns with black conservatism, white conservatism does. But that's just on its face. When you take a deep look at it, we're different. Now, in the early 20th century, in the 1900s up through the 1960s, black conservatism was closely aligned with the Republican Party. And the modern day Republican Party likes to tout that, but they're not telling you the whole truth. The Republican Party was the party of Lincoln, and in the immediate aftermath of slavery, the Republicans were viewed as the party of civil rights. Even though fucking Abraham Lincoln didn't give a flying fuck about black folks, the institution of slavery, or nothing. He's quoted by saying he basically didn't give a fuck. If I can save the country with freeing slaves, I'll do it. If I can save the country without freeing slaves, I'll do it. I don't give a fuck about you niggas, nothing. I'm going to do what's politically best for me. That's what the fuck Lincoln thought. But we view him as some kind of savior. He didn't get no fuck. The Democratic Party during that time was tied to the southern segregationists and the white supremacists. So naturally, in the 1900s running up to the 1960s, black people found themselves a political home with the Republican Party. Black conservatism during this period wasn't just about self-reliance. It was also about resisting the expansion of the federal power. This was a key belief of Republicans at the time, during that time, who were wary of too much government control. Black conservatives felt that local communities and families should lead the way in progress, not some big bloated government. Though a lot of white conservative, black conservatism, they're linked, but the motivations between the two are drastically different. What we aim to accomplish is drastically different. We have different reasoning. White conservatives, they want to preserve states' rights, i.e. slavery and oppression. Black folk just want to live and be productive and have generations move on productively. White conservatives do, but they want to do it at the expense of us and the subjugation of us. It's different. Very different. Let's jump to today. And I want to show you what, to a degree, I don't know how good this clip is, but I want to show you today what black conservatism sounds like.
I would like to preface my question with a couple of words from a fellow American and a fellow Christian myself. So I would like to open with a verse from Leviticus 19, verse 15. It says, "You shall not do injustice in court. You shall not be partial to the poor or defer to the great, but in righteousness shall you judge your neighbor." And that, to me, relates to the institution of white privilege and what the liberalists claim that it is. It is not to put white people above. It is not to bring black people down. It is to judge what wrong has been done in the past by white people so we can learn from our mistakes and move forward in this country. And so I am going to be blunt, since you were advocating for violence, such as your example with hanging and Muhammad Ali. I just want to know, what is the point in spreading blatant lies, as you referred to before, such as like the liberals were taking over the government to elect black or like liberals en masse. I mean, if you look at our Congress today, it is 70% white. I just want to know why.
Well, that's not a lie, because if you look at the black community, which is what I'm talking about, almost 100% of our representation are liberal. When you go to any city, any majority black district, the person that represents that area is a liberal. So when you're talking about a lie, you obviously don't know what you're talking about, because that's a fact. It's not a lie. Also, when you start talking about what white people have done to America, it's about what a white person has done. I don't believe in collective punishment. I'll make you responsible for what you did. I'm not going to hold you responsible for what somebody else did 100 years ago or what somebody else did today. I hold you responsible for your action. You hold me responsible for my action. In the same way that some white people believe that black people are lazy, shiftless, and ignorant and whatnot, that's not me. In the same way that most of y'all believe they're on their knees begging and slobbering and asking for reparations, that's not me. I don't believe in collective punishment. I deal with you as an individual. Individual.